We'll take that for now. But you guys are probably seeing, and y'all are probably wondering, Dre, why you look kind of nice right now? You know what I'm saying? You're juggling with your pants tucked in. You're juggling with some, you know what I'm saying, a polo on. Well, listen. What we're going to be doing today is something serious. I'm going to be going over some key stats of players in the Euro 2024. So obviously the Euros that's going on right now that you might not really notice or see that are not like, you know what I'm saying, goals or assists. Now I will be looking over goals and assists, but this is going to be way more in depth of like how fast players are running and how many passes completed people have made and things like that. Very key stats that actually contribute in a soccer game where you don't really be seeing it on the field, or you do, but unless you're like a very, you know what I'm saying, in-tune fan, like for instance myself, or for instance you, we might see it, but somebody might not notice that like that's a key pass, or maybe that's you know, a very key dribble, things like that. So I'm going to be going over that as you see on the UEFA.com website, the Euro 2024 tab, and they have some very cool stats I'm going to go over. So smash that thumbs up, please. Subscribe to the channel, please. And comment down below, please, also. And let me know if you want to see another video like this or any type of video from the Euros, and I will make sure to do it. Also, for the new people that are watching my channel, I appreciate it. I did see that my analytics are showing that some of the people are coming, you know, some new people for these Euro videos, and I'm having a lot of fun, you know, making these videos because I watch every single game. Soccer is my life, my favorite sport. So I'm going to continue doing it. Now, today is Monday. What's the date? June 24th. I don't know when this is coming out, but I recorded this Monday, June 24th at 5:06 p.m. And I just watched Italy play Croatia. I thought Italy might be getting knocked out of the tournament, but they, in the 98th minute, scored a goal. And because of that, they made it through. They tied the game. They're going to make it through to the next round, the round of 16. And Croatia, unfortunately, will not be making it. That is what these games are all about. It's the passion, the love of the game, playing for the badge, and it goes down to the wire. So make sure you play hard if you're a soccer player or anything in life. Play hard and do your thing to the very end, because if you give up now, you might get knocked out. Okay, so let's go and talk about the first player. Okay, so you guys are seeing on the screen player stats. Now, if you want to, you know, do this yourself, make sure you go to the UEFA.com website, go to Euro 2024, go to stats. I think it's player stats as you're seeing, and then distribution to go after our first player. So our first player is a Germany player, a German legend. I believe he's the captain too, Toni Kroos. Now, 95.7 passing accuracy, and I want you guys to understand this. Sit back and relax, actually, while we, you know what I'm saying, I talk to y'all. Y'all listen, comment down below also, and just let me know some things, and we can talk in the chat, or not the chat, but the comment section, because I do want to talk to y'all. Now, Toni Kroos with a 95.7 passing accuracy is crazy. Why is that crazy, Dre? Well, look, he's leading everybody in passing attempts. Now, we will break it down just a little bit, but for now, understand this. 341 passing attempts, 326 completed, right? Number 2 is Rudiger. Now, we're going to talk about him as well, and I guess we're going to transition into him. You guys are seeing he is second on the list when it comes to passing. 94% passing accuracy. Now, Toni Kroos, which is crazy, is that he's a center midfielder with a 95% passing accuracy. You're probably going to say, well, Dre, he plays in the middle. You know what I'm saying? He's like a number 6, like an 8. He's like a CDM, a CM. Of course he's going to make the most passes. Well, you're correct. If teams play right, at least the way I like to play, the defenders give the ball to the center mids, and then they play make from there. Obviously, if the left back or right back goes up, they can play make with the wingers. They can cut inside, do their thing. But I want the ball going through the middle of the park as much as possible. At least, I'm talking about the center back gets the ball, he can lay it off, and the center mid can pass it back to him, and then they can play. But the center mids have to touch the ball every, at least, you know, possession. They don't have to create every time, but for the most part they do. Toni Kroos gets a lot of passes that are 2 yards away. What I mean by that is Rudiger will pass him the ball and Kroos will just lay it right back to him. So that's one attempted, one completed. Yes, I understand that. But if you go back to the first game of the tournament, the very first game when Germany played Scotland and they won 5-1, I believe. I want you to go back and watch that game. Go watch the highlights on YouTube. There was a pass in that game that Toni Kroos made where he had the ball in the middle of the park. He was playing the CM, of course, center midfield, but had it more on like the left-hand side, got it turned. Long ball diagonal cross field. That is my favorite pass in all of soccer. The ball coming from the middle of the park to either winger and then let the wingers play make. But the ball went from the middle of the park to the right wing, and I believe it went out to Wirtz maybe, or I don't know. But it went out wide. The winger got the ball, crossed it in, and it was a goal. Now, think about a pass like that, 30, 35, 40 yards in the air, and it's completed. Those are passes that Toni Kroos he's making those passes on top of the 2 to 3 to 5 yard passes as well. So it's not like he's just doing, getting the ball and he's shying away and he's, dinking it back off and he's giving it back to the player who's playing him. That is not the case. Toni Kroos has every pass in his arsenal. Shout out Arsenal. That's my team. But anyways, he has every pass in his playbook. He is like Peyton Manning. He is like Tom Brady. He is the Patrick Mahomes of, the NFL, American football. But Toni Kroos has it all. So with him having a 95.7% passing accuracy, to me is crazy because that literally means he is on the dot basically every time and he gets the ball so much. There's so many chances and players around him in the middle of the park that he could lose it. Now, you see that. Crossing accuracy. We go over here and we click it. Boom. Okay, no, I don't mean that because, one cross. Okay, I don't count that. Boom. Toni Kroos, out of the middle of the park, has the most crosses attempted. And the second most crosses completed. Now, for me, what I was wondering is, does this mean like a cross as in a free kick too? Like he takes a free kick and crosses the ball in? I don't know. That's what I was wondering with this metric. But regardless of that being the case, however you cross the ball is good. But the fact that he is crossing the ball as many times as he is, and he is only at a 25% completion. Eriksen is way above him, actually, with 50%, 16 for 8. But 6 people have got on the end of his crosses is still very, very good. Crosses, to me, are a lot more 50-50. Think about it. The ball's in the air. Obviously, these guys are professionals. Toni Kroos is one of the best, long ball crossers, pinpoint accuracy players, in the game right now. But still, the fact that anybody can just jump up there and get their head on the ball says a lot that he is doing what he's doing, passing the ball in the middle of the park, distributing wide, long, diagonal balls, and crosses. He has been a rock in the middle for the team, and this is why Germany has been dominant so far. They take care of the ball in the middle of the park. Center midfield position, like I said, and we will get to Rudiger as well, like I was mentioning. Now, free kicks taken. Szoboszlai, Kroos is number 5. 12 free kicks taken in 3 games. Now, obviously, some players have 2 games under their belt, but Toni Kroos has been doing his thing so far. Let's see if he's in any attacking categories when it comes to assists. All right, he may have 1. I don't want to keep scrolling, and then he may have 1. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, but look at this. 22 crosses taken by Toni Kroos. This also shows you that Toni Kroos's Germany team has been taking a lot of shots on goal, because the only way you can get across is if either someone blocks the ball out of bounds, the goalie parries it out of bounds, or, someone kicks the ball out of bounds for a corner. Obviously, they've been attacking, they've been shooting, and you're seeing right here that 22 corners have been taken by Toni Kroos alone, and Germany has been very, very dominant. Now, dribbles, this is an interesting one. Musiala makes complete sense. He's been attacking everybody. Jeremy Doku. I think this guy right here is special. I don't know how Man City got him for such a cheap price. And when I say cheap price, anything under 80 million is cheap to me because, I mean, nowadays people getting 60 million for a regular player. It's like, it makes no sense. Jeremy Doku is so electric on the ball. It is crazy. Very, very crazy. But we're not going to see Toni Kroos here. He's not dribbling anybody, really. But those are some of the key stats that I did want to show y'all from Toni Kroos and why. It shows you exactly why Germany is doing very well because their best players are cooking. Next player. Player number 2, I'm going to go right into him, is Rudiger, the center back for Germany. Now, the center of the park, when it comes to midfield, is stacked. The center backs are stacked. And like I said, if you're good at forward, down the middle in the midfield, down the middle and center back, that's a strong spine of your team. And that is very important when it comes to winning games. Now, I just saw him. I thought he was a little bit higher than this. But, okay, maybe I can't find him here. But we will go back to distribution. Because like I said, passes attempted. Rudiger. Now, this man is coming right off of a Champions League victory with Real Madrid. Obviously, we know how good Real Madrid is, and they're only going to get better as they continue adding players, which they're about to do. Endrick, Mbappe, possibly Alphonso Davies. So with that being the case, how is my Arsenal going to win a Champions League? Anyways, back to this. Rudiger is in second place, as you guys are seeing. 94% passing accuracy. 267 passes, 251 passes completed. Now, yes, and one more time, yes. He's a center back. He's making a lot of short passes to his center defensive mid, the left back, the right backs, to the 8, to his other center back. I get it. And if you're saying, Dre, I mean, come on, look. Bastoni, he's also on the list. Another defender, another center back. De Lorenzo, he's also on the list. A right back. Of course, defenders are going to be on the list. Like, look at all the defenders on the list. Yes, I know. I get it. But still, the fact that he's number 2 is showing that the spine of Germany is very good, and that is why they're doing their thing right now. 267, 251. If we go over to the defending tab, we will see Rudiger is number 8 when it comes to clearances completed. He has 11 clearances completed. Now, this stat is also kind of one of those where I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean like the ball has to go a certain distance when he clears the ball for it to be a clearance? What if someone is dribbling, he pokes it away, and then he kicks it for like out of bounds? Is that a clearance? I'm not exactly sure. But the fact that he's number 8 says a lot. And this is also something I want you to think about and realize. Germany has been dominant in the majority of their games, all their games. They've been dominant. Which means the midfielders and the offensive part of their team has probably had the ball the most, especially in that Scotland game when they won 5-1, right? Which then means the defense of that team probably didn't have to touch the ball that much, right? So this means that Rudiger, every time he really had to make a clearance, he did, because they probably haven't had to make that many. So what I would like to see also is clearances completed, right? But what is like the right, like clearances attempted and clearances completed? Because if you have a metric for completed, don't you have a metric for attempted? So that I can see the percentage. But number 8, I would assume he's probably up here, and like there's 3 people at 4. So he's probably up here in the 4 to 3 range when it comes to attempted and completed. Defending wise, distribution wise, we see that he has been doing good. Very good. Okay, he wants to pull up his full stats now. Very good. 3 matches played. Average minutes per game is 90. And that is, yeah, he's played all 90 minutes every game. I know. Look. I got the shirt on, man. I know math. 9, 18, 27. Add a 0. That's 270 minutes. He's played every game, 90 minutes all the way through. No goals, 3 tackles. I'm guessing in the 3 games, it's a 1 average per match. Okay, yeah, because of the 3. Okay. Balls recovered, 21. So that's 7 average per match. That seems very good. Passing accuracy, 94. Top speed, 33.4. The top speed average per match is 30.4. Distance covered, 28.82. Average per match is 9.34. So he's way above average, as we're seeing. Distribution, as we're seeing. Oh, here we go. Tackles 1, 2. Tackles lost, 1. Here we go. Clearances completed, 11 out of 11. Balls recovered, 21. Own goals conceded, so he had an own goal against him. Now you guys are going to be like, yo, Dre, your take is trash. He had his own goal. Still, they've been winning. It's all right. Just because you do one bad mistake doesn't mean you're playing bad. It's like Jeremy Doku in Belgium's first game. He had that really bad pass that caused them to get scored on, and they lost 1-0. But I still thought he had a great game. It was just one bad mistake. And then in their second game, he cooked. That would have been the first game if he never did what he did. So don't just like look at people's bad mistakes and then use that as like, who they are. Because that's not who they are. Distribution. Wow, look at all these. Bruh, I like this. Okay, so 56 out of 57 short passes completed. 175 out of 181 medium passes completed. 20 out of 29 long passes. Backward passes, I would hope that's perfect. Passes completed to the left. And passes completed to the right. Who is keeping this metric? This is crazy. He likes to pass the ball to the left more. Does that mean he's playing as a left center back or a right center back? Because it would make sense if he was a left center back. That means he's passing the ball basically to his left back or the left midfielder. Wow, this is I like this. Runs into the attack in third. He's trying to win a header. 1 yellow card, 4 fouls committed, 3 fouls committed in the defensive third, 3 fouls committed in own half, and 3 fouls suffered. Okay. So I'm still going to say he cooked. I'm still going to say he's been having a great tournament so far. And he's one of the reasons why Germany looked very dominant. Now, my third player on the list was an Arsenal player. He was an Arsenal captain for a while. Until our fans booed him to the point where this man took the badge off, took the band off, threw it on the ground, and he wanted to leave. His wife hated England so much she wanted to leave. They all wanted to leave. But we still love and respect Xhaka. Now, honestly, if Xhaka was on our team this year, I think that would have been outstanding for us. We really needed another center midfielder that could have held his own. Thomas Partey stays getting hurt, and honestly, he would have been the perfect, like clog in the middle. But he's always hurt. So Xhaka would have been perfect. But that's here nor there. So he is going to be my number 3 person we talk about today. And I want to go and let's see what these key stats are real quick. Distance covered. The last time I looked at this, he was higher up. Oh, here he is. No, look at this. So Xhaka is tied number 1 for minutes played. Right? You see him here, 270. Goals, how many goals does he have? None. Assists, none. Dre, how can he be so good or how can he be so impactful for his team if he has no goals, no assists? Well, mind you, I'm pretty sure Switzerland, I'm about to look right now on my phone. I'm pretty sure they're actually knocked out the group or out of the tournament. But let's see, they tied Scotland, which is not a good sign for them. Switzerland. Oh, no, they are still in it. They are very much in it. They are second in their group. They're in the Germany group. They have 5 points. Oh, wait, they made it through. I'm tripping. So they made it through. Okay, Switzerland made it through. They're playing Italy June 29th in the first round of 16. So Xhaka did and does have a big impact for this team because clearly they made it to the round of 16. I want to see his top speed right here. And this is crazy because Xhaka be running, bro. 31.4. I never knew he ran this fast, to be completely honest with y'all. Because with Arsenal, he was never running that much. I mean, he was running, but not fast. And then distance covered, 35.1. And I think this might be, yeah, it's third on the list. 35.1. Xhaka has really been moving, grooving, and basically been all over the field for his team. Distribution-wise, I don't know where he's going to be at. So let's actually just go and look at his stats right here. And what we're going to see about Xhaka is things that I am sure I would see. Minutes played. He's very healthy. He's always on the pitch, which is very good. 3 matches played. 86.7 passing accuracy. We did see that Toni Kroos was the highest at 90-something, like 95.7. And Rudiger was 94. Xhaka has been known to kind of be sloppy with the ball. I know this because I was an Arsenal fan. And when he was on our team, he played the 6 for us. And we know that playing the defensive midfield position, everybody loves it, first of all. Everybody thinks that they can play the defensive midfield position because everybody thinks they're better than they actually are, for one. 2, everyone thinks that they have a very good, distribution IQ, and everyone thinks that they're fast. That's not the case. When Xhaka played for Arsenal, my big issue with him was that he was slow on the ball. Slow receiving it and slow getting rid of it. So what happened when Arteta came? Arteta moved him up a little bit further to like the 8. Almost like a 10. Almost, but not really. Just to get him up the field a little bit more. Why? For one, he's left-footed, so it's a little bit harder to defend. 2, he has a rocket shot. But the third and most important is that if he lost the ball, which he did kind of often, it wouldn't be right in front of our back 4, and then we have to defend basically a guy taking a shot right away. If he lost the ball, at least it's up the field, and then we can get there and swarm him like bees and win a tackle. So that was always my biggest thing with Xhaka, but he has improved since he went to Bayern Leverkusen, and they won the league. 161 to 184. 48 to 53 when it comes to short passes. 100 to 111 for medium. Long passes completed, 13 for 20. We know Xhaka is not really going to play that long pass. He's going to be in this range all day. The medium, I don't know what constitute a medium pass over a short pass. Obviously distance, but it doesn't say what the distance is, so not sure. Backwards pass, I hope it's perfect. Passes to the left, 55 out of 58. Passes to the right, 42 out of 45. This makes sense because he's left-footed. So for the most part, he's going to look left first and then look right. He's been taking some free kicks. He has 7. Time in possession, 219. Passes into the attacking third, 16. Passes into key play areas, 6. And passes into the penalty area, 2. This means that Xhaka is getting the ball just by looking at these stats. And he's probably playing 10 to 20-yard passes. Or maybe like 8 to 15-yard passes. I would say short is like 2 to 5 or 2 to 7. Medium is like 8 to 15. Anything above that's a long pass, I'm assuming. Like, I don't like what is a long pass? Like 50 yards? Probably not. Probably like 20-yard pass is like a long pass, they're saying. So Xhaka is playing probably about those like 8, 9, 10-yard passes up to like the 15, 16, 17, 18-yard passes. That's why he only has 2 passes into the key area, into the penalty area, and then he only has 6 passes that are key play passes. Only 2 dribbles. We know that he's not really going to dribble. 2 runs into the attacking third. 2 runs into the key play area. 1 yellow card. 5 fouls committed. Like I said, Xhaka is kind of slow when it comes to like his IQ of the game sometimes. So that shows you why he's committing a lot of fouls. 2 fouls in his own half, not good, and 2 fouls suffered. And then defending wise, 8 balls recovered. He won 1 tackle and he lost 5. That's not good. But clearance wise, pretty good. 5 for 7 and 2 blocks. Xhaka has been in the middle of the park for his team. We know he's been running a lot by looking at his stats. He's covered a lot of distance at a very high speed. The average is 31, and he's at 31.4. His passing accuracy is pretty good, and then he's getting the ball and playing these like medium passes. These things do equate to why Switzerland is now in the second round, the group stage round, and they will take on Italy in the first game they play. 4th on the list for us is a guy from Hungary, a playmaker for Liverpool, a guy that if you get the ball, he can shoot with either foot, and the shots will always be rockets, and that is Szoboszlai. Now, he is a very good player. I always thought he was a very good player when he was playing for Leipzig, and maybe that, he would go to a big team, and he did. Well, Leipzig is a big team, but, a big market team like even Bayern or Milan or any of those teams. But he went to Liverpool, which EPL, Liverpool, that's a huge market. And we know how good of a player he is when it comes to playmaking. Now, speed-wise, we're seeing that he came in 15th, 34.5. I didn't know he was that fast. I knew he can dribble. I knew he can, glide on the ball, but that's pretty fast. And then he covered about 30.8. Yeah, when it comes to distance, and that's 14th. It's very good. Assist-wise, he has 1, which does put him tied for, 5th, they're saying, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 players that have 2, and then all these players have 1. So he is tied for 5th, which is understandable. He's a very good player, a very good playmaker. We will see right here some of his distribution. I would be surprised if he is not further up at the top. Let's see passes completed, if I can find it. If not, we'll just have to go and jump into his actual stats. I do not see him. We're getting down to 30s. Oh, here he is, 56th. Okay, so 56. Passes completed, 127. Or attempted, 127. Completed, 101. I mean, okay, it's not that good. I thought it would be a little bit better. But what really did impress me was how much of the field that he is covering. I mean, a guy like his nature, playing at the 10 position, those guys, number 10s don't like to run that much, to be honest. They want the ball at their feet so they can play make. But he has been covering a lot of ground. And on top of that as well, with his 1 assist, crosses attempted at 19 and completed 6, which, how high up the board is that? Oh, tied for 2nd. 19 completed, 19 attempted, 6 completed. And then free kicks taken, he is number 1 at 18, which means the Hungarian players are getting fouled a lot. I'm sure they're tired of getting hacked, but it is what it is. 18 free kicks attempted or taken. They need to score more of those goals. I mean, that's a lot. 18. That's the most in the whole tournament so far. Individually, though, 3 matches played, 270. You know what that means? 90 per match. The average is 0.34 assists per game. He has 1. His passing accuracy is at 80. His top speed is above the average, which is 33.34. His distance covered is way above the average, which is only 9.67. He has 30.78, and he has 1 yellow card for being a bit aggressive. Now, 101 to 127 passes completed. Short, we see 41 for 50. Medium, 44 for 51. 16 for 26 when it comes to long passes. He better be perfect right here. Passes completed to the left, 35 for 40. And passes completed to the right, 20 for 26. Why does everybody pass more of the ball to the left than to the right? Why does that seem to be the case? I don't know. We do see that he has 6 passes into key play areas. And he has 10, which is the highest I've seen so far, passes into the penalty area, which is good. Because where do you score? I mean, anywhere. But you're in the penalty box. That's where you'd be scoring. Attacking wise, 1 assist, 15 corners taken, 10 dribbles. That's a lot. Runs into the attacking third 5, runs into the key play area 3, runs into the penalty area 2. 1 yellow, 1 foul committed, 1 fouls committed in defensive third, 1 foul committed in own half, 2 fouls suffered, and defensively, 3 tackles lost. He hasn't won a tackle this whole tournament. 7 balls recovered, 1 block, 5 for 6 when it comes to clearances. So Szoboszlai has been dominant when it comes to, once again, the medium passes. Everyone is doing way more of those, which makes sense. He also has been very dominant when it comes to free kicks, corners, passes into the key area. No, passes into the penalty area, dribbles, and covering a lot of ground. This is the guy who has been a stud for Hungary. Now for the last person of the day, let's go and check it out. Now this last person is a defender. You're going to be surprised when you see his name at the top of the list when it comes to assists. You're probably like, oh, is it Ake, Dre? It is. Ake has 2 assists in the tournament so far, which has him tied for first. The only defender on the list right here, obviously. Not obviously, but on the list. He's only played 2 games as well because Netherlands have only played 2 games. Ake has been a stud, covering 17.7, distance covered. Top speed at 31.3, which I'm pretty surprised about. But the 2 assists is showing you that the man is really looking to play make when he gets the ball, or at least he's in good spots to give his teammates the ball so they can score. Now, let's see if he is on this list here where I don't have to go too far down. Not too far. All right. So, 32. Clearances completed. Six in 2 games. Let's go and look at his individual stats. We all know how good the Netherlands are. They are favorites. Well, maybe not a favorite. They were one of my dark horse teams, to be completely honest. But they've been playing pretty well. He hasn't played every minute at every game. He's only at 177 in 2 games. 88.5 minutes is the average out of the 2. I'm tripping. 2 tackles, 1 per match. 6 balls recovered in 2 games. 90% passing, which is very good, especially from a defender, because if you lose the ball in the back, well, you're done. Top speed, 31.3. The average is 29.65. So balls recovered defending wise, 6. He lost 2 tackles, hasn't won a tackle yet. 1 block, 6 out of 7 when it comes to clearances. 4 out of 5 long passes. Medium passes is the key to everybody right now. Short passes as well, 25 and 26. And what I'm assuming as a center back, or he's playing left back, I think. Either way, if he's playing left back, the short passes are going to a center mid, the center back, or the left wing. If he's playing center back, the passes are going to the left back, or the center mid, or the right back. I'm assuming those are short. Medium is like skipping a player. So the center back, instead of playing to the right back, he's playing to the right wing, or to the left wing, or instead of playing to the 6 who's dropping off, he's playing to the 10. Things like that is what I'm assuming. 15 of 15, 6 for 6 going left, 30 for 32 going right. This tells me that he's playing left back. They are playing a back 3, and he's playing the left side of the back 3. So if that's the case, there's no one on the left for him to pass the ball to, unless he's passing it to the left mid. So he has to pass the ball to the right. So that tells me he's playing at the left center back spot. 2 passes into the penalty area, 5 into the key play areas, 3 free kicks taken, which are probably like, a foul in the back and he's just taking it. 9 passes into the attacking third. 2 assists. I wish they could tell me like where they came from. No yellows, no reds, 1 foul committed, and 1 foul committed in his own half. So Nathan Ake, I believe, has been a stud as well out of the 5 players. And like I said before, these aren't the 5 best players or 5, transformational players. I think these are just 5 players that I wanted to go and highlight because I saw some really cool stats, some key stats, some things that really surprised me, like Ake leading the league, leading the Euros in assists. So I just wanted to talk about them for a little bit to maybe inform you guys on some things that you do not know. Netherlands 1-2-1, tied 0-0. They're playing Austria. They have to win that game to win and make it to the round of 16, I believe, because I don't think they locked it up yet. Maybe they did, but I don't think so. So yeah, that's really about it. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you want to see any more videos like this, let me know down below. Y'all are the best. I appreciate the support. I'm going to see y'all later. I am out.